Hello and welcome back. First of all, I would like to thank you for supporting me in doing this good job. I want you to know that I always try to bring accurate and clear information to you. Without wasting much of your time, I'll get straight to the point. You encounter many problems in Anyconnect, so I may not be able to cover them all because I have to reproduce them, but I'll try to cover as many as I can reproduce. Right? So let's start with these sessions will be about troubleshooting Anyconnect problems. This is going to be the first session on how to troubleshoot Anyconnect problems. I'll start with something very random that I just received when I powered on my ASA and my test machine today. I was not able to connect, and that's what I wanted, that I should not be able to connect, but it happened, with some luck. So let's see, we are going to try to figure out what the problem is. Troubleshooting Cisco Anyconnect. So let's see the problem first, shall we? Then go back to my test machine. I'm going to hit connect. Enter the username and password. It says failed to get configuration from secure gateway. Contact your system administrator. This is the error message I'm seeing. Failed to get configuration from secure gateway. Contact your system administrator. Also, you have to look at this. It says checking for profile update. So while troubleshooting Anyconnect, you not only focus on what error message is being displayed to you, you also focus on what is Anyconnect trying to do when you're getting that error message. Checking for profile updates, right? Okay. Now if I hit OK on the error message, says Anyconnect was not able to establish a connection to the specified secure gateway. Please try connecting again. Let's see, you do not have access to client PC and someone has given you screenshots. So I've taken the screenshot of the error message. You do not have access to client PC. All you have is this screenshot here. So what usual mistake people do? They just look at the error message. Failed to get configuration from secure gateway. Contact your system administrator. You will not really be sure which configuration it's trying to get. Once you have this screenshot with you, you're gonna look at what does it say. It says failed to get configuration from secure gateway, contact your system administrator. Then you also see when it is giving that error message, when Anyconnect is checking for profile updates. I'm going to do one more session on how to read Dart bundles, how to read the Dart. It's gonna be coming up very soon. What you have at this moment, screenshot of the error message, and then you have access to the ASA. Let's say you just have these two things, screenshot of the actual error message and access to the ASA. Now with the screenshot of the error message, if you are unable to figure out the problem with the screenshot of the error message, which I believe you should be able to figure out. So it says failed to get configuration from secure gateway, contact your system administrator. That might not help very much, but what may, checking for profile update. It's getting that error message when it's checking for profile update. Do you get any ideas what may be wrong? Well, if you're thinking that you might take some debugs on the ASA and ask the user to try again, so that might not work in this situation because you won't really see any debugs. If I say debug web VPN Anyconnect 255 and ask the user to try one more time, let's see what happens. So the user is trying now and same error message, and if you see that there are no debugs on the ASA, right? So doing a debug won't help in. Also looking at the logs on the ASA won't help in this situation because you will not see anything. So let me just first clear the logs, clear logging buffer, and make a fresh connection attempt. So I'll just clear logging buffer once again, undebug all. Let's try one more time. Username and password, and there's the error message. I'll just say okay, go back to ASA and say show me the logs. So in the logs, you see web VPN session terminated, user requested. So putting the blame on the user, that user has requested. So do you think user has requested that to terminate my session? You have already seen it live, right? That I did not request for any disconnect, and automatically you're getting this message that user requested. Like I said, from the logs also you will not be able to figure out what is going wrong, why it's not able to connect. So your next question will be, where do I look then? Well, you have to look at the error message. Says failed to get configuration from secure gateway. So it's definitely trying to get some config from the gateway. By gateway it means ASA. When it is doing that, it's trying to get configuration when it's checking for profile updates. Now here it says checking for profile update, and then it gives an error message. So to me it looks like, if I follow the error message, it looks like some issue related to profile. Files are stored in flash memory, so I'll say show flash pipe include XML. So there are two profiles here. Now I need to know which profile this user is using, right? On your ASC, there can be many tunnel groups and many group policies and many profiles, because profile can be binded with group policies. So one profile can be binded with all the group policies, or you can have different profile with different group policy. In my case, I only have one group policy. If I say show run group policy pipe include internal, so it will just give me the name of the policy that I have. I only have one group policy, right? That way it can list all the group policies for you, and then you can go into specific group policy to see more details about it. For example, show run group policy IT-VPN tells me that I only have one profile. So in the group policy, it says Anyconnect profile value test2. So given a name test2. Okay. So test2 is not the name of the profile, it's name of the bundle, or test2 is the name of the place where the profile is stored. So the actual profile is called in web VPN configuration. So look at the show run web VPN. So in the web VPN configuration, we have Anyconnect profile test disk0 test.xml. So the configuration says that there is a profile whose location is in disk0 and the profile name is test.xml. Doesn't it say test here and test2 here? I think it does. The group policy says the profile name should be test2, but in the web VPN configuration it says the profile name is test. So we probably don't have correct profile set. Well, let's look into more details. So like I said, in the flash you have two profiles, pipe include. If I say show flash pipe include XML, there are two profiles. If I want to look at each of them via CLI, so I can look at their configuration, what is in the profile. All I have to say is more and the profile name. It displays what is there in the XML profile. So IT VPN profile is not being used, right? It's not the profile in question. The profile that we are interested about is test.xml. So I want to see what is in there. So I say more test.xml. Wait, it doesn't display anything. Well, that tells me there is something wrong with the profile. There are two things wrong with the profile. First, we aren't using correct profile because the group policy says, let me show you what group policy says. The group policy says the profile name should be test2, while the show run web VPN configuration says profile name is test. So the existing profile test.xml, it has been named as test, but the group policy says I need a profile whose name is test2. So this name must match this name. Then only it's a correct binding. So these two names must match. We have also seen that when we are trying to open the profile, it doesn't open. There is definitely something wrong with the profile. So there are two wrong things. One, this profile is probably corrupted, and two, we are not using correct profile in the group policy. this all we have done just based on that screenshot, because in the screenshot it said checking for profile updates. So while it was checking for when it was checking for profile updates, it failed to get configuration from secure gateway. If you want to get more details into that, it just kind of assumption work you have done that maybe it has something to do with the profile, and you looked at the profiles and you found the problem, that either profile is corrupted, probably it is corrupted, or the correct profile is not being called in the group policy. But if you need more facts, then you have to ask the customer to give you a Dart bundle. I'll be doing another video to help you understand how to read Dart. In this one, I'll directly go to the point where it gives you the error message. This is the place where I'm seeing the error, where it says Anyconnect was not able to establish a connection to the specified secure gateway. Please try connection again. If I look at the previous message, then it says connection attempt has failed, right? Let's go a little more back. What was it doing? What was it trying to do? So if I scroll it up, so it says using default preferences, some settings, for example, certificate matching, may not function as expected if local profile is expected to be used. Verify that the selected host is in the server list section of the profile and that the profile is configured on the secure gateway. Just talking about profile because it's looking at the profile updates. Let's go a little more back. Here it says checking for profile updates. Then message type information sent to the user. So it displays a message on the Anyconnect that I'm checking for profile update. Right. So when it was checking for profile update, it's actually checking if the ASA has an updated profile that I need to update to. So while trying to connect with Anyconnect, it's checking that, hey, say, do you have an profile updated or updated XML profile on you that I need to update on myself? Or is it the same that I already have? And then ASA looks at the configuration in the web VPN and also in the group policy and finds that I do have a profile, but it's not being called properly, or I'm not able to open it. Failed to get configuration from secure gateway. I was looking for a profile update. I asked the ASA that do you have an updated profile, and ASA was not able to send it to me. I failed to get configuration from secure gateway. How do we fix it now? Because the profile is corrupted, so we'll have to create the profile once again. Since you are not able to open it here, test.xml, then it's more likely that if you go to ASTM, you will also not be able to open it or edit it. Let's go to ASTM. Remote access VPN, network client access, Anyconnect client profile. So you have a profile whose name is test and the location is disk0 test.xml. There is no group policy assigned and there is no option to edit it because it's corrupted. You can also try to use this function here which says validate. So it validates if the profile is valid or not. So click on validate. You want to validate a profile that's on the device. So it's a device file system and browse it. I want to validate this one, test.xml. Say click validate and it says profile file has invalid content. That's quite a message. It says the profile is invalid. Let's try to validate the other one, the IT VPN profile. The profile file has valid content. Now since I can't edit it, so I'll have to get rid of this. So I say delete. I want to delete the profile and XML file. Apply the configuration. Right, let's add a new profile. This time I want to name it as test2, same as what we have in the group policy. That's lowercase test2. I just don't want to assign a group policy yet. Let's say OK, apply, edit the profile now and make the settings as you want. So whatever you need to add it here. So my old profile had these settings, IT VPN, and I just have the AS's IP address here, 192.168.1.105. Then I add two backup servers, 192.168.1.106. I say OK, apply, send. When did I apply the group policy? I don't remember doing that. Anyways, the reason it picked up the group policy itself, because in the group policy we already had a command that says Anyconnect profile value test2, because the name matched, so it automatically picked it up. So if I'm gonna check again, so show run group policy and show run web VPN all at once. So you see, like I said last time, this name must match. And is it now? This name must match this name here, and they do match, right? Let's see if we can read that profile here now. Show flash pipe include XML. This time the file name is also test2. I'm gonna say more test2.xml, and there you can. So you can read your profile now. You see, it also says your host address is 192.168.1.105, and your backup server list is 106 and 107. Alright, so now we have fixed the profile. Let's see if we can connect now. Going back to my Windows, hit connect, contacting IT VPN, it's making progress. Initiating connection, activating VPN adapter, configuring system and connect it. Bam. There it is. You can also verify the session here. Show VPN session DB, Anyconnect, filter, name, and the username Cisco. So there it is. Username Cisco, assigned IP address 192.169.10.1, public IP address, so this is the IP of my client PC. The protocol, so it has Anyconnect parent session, SSL tunnel, and then DTLS tunnel. License, I'm using Anyconnect Premium. Encryption, so it's using AES. For DTLS, it's using AES-256. How many bytes have been transferred, how many bytes have been received, the group policy, tunnel group that is connected to, what was the login time, what's the duration. So it had been 44 seconds when I ran this command. That's all for now. I hope this has been informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching it. It is your support, your likes, comments that keep me motivated for bringing up more stuff like this. Please let me know if this has helped you. If you are new to this channel, also hit the subscribe button in right bottom corner.